Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. And we're all geared up. The anticipation running high. The ball is on the tee, and soon we'll put toe to leather on this season. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the Memphis Tigers offense is on the field for the first time today. And here comes the talented freshman. A huge spot for him, and there might be a bit of a learning curve here, guys.
No doubt, being so young, he just has to be able to handle his emotion. He's got a lot of talent, David. He just has to keep it all under control.
Man, keep it under control. Realize it's one play at a time. Don't try to do too much, but he's got the talent, and now he's going to have to earn the respect of everybody around him.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Goes to the option. Bulls his way forward. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quickly complete. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Looking for room at the 30. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to pass inside the red zone. That's reeled in. It's Henry. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Quarterback extends the play. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Really nice timing on that play. Receiver working against zone coverage on the perimeter. He's able to settle down, fight back to the football, and pick up the first.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to throw on second down. Using the quick game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Third down coming up after that completion. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Tigers are rolling down the field. They'll run the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make a stop.
Here comes the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. He tried to make something out of nothing, but there was really nothing he could do on that play.
And I hope offensively that's not going to make them quit on this option play. That's a scheme that really puts the defense in a bind. If I were them, I wouldn't let that play stop them from trying to run it later in this game.
Smashes through the tackle. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They move the tight end all over. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Still on his feet. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
The give out of the gun. At the 45, on his way. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He wants to throw. Fires downfield. He's got it. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to find his man on 1st down. On target to the left. Touchdown, Memphis. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he'll bring it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to it. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
To the air on 1st down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still on his feet at the 45. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And they got him for the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Tigers will kick it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Comes out throwing on first down. Caught close to the marker. It's Washington. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Can't get him to the ground. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Makes the catch at the 30. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He'll do it himself. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, going up top. They're setting up the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The defense is backed up as the offense is in the red zone. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Sullivan. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. He'll just keep slinging it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And they've been able to get within 2 yards. Now will they try to throw it in for the score? They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He got it. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. Now on the return. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's taking the shot. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season, and it took to the second half. But I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season. And this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
Wants to go up top. The sweet feet buy a little time. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Grabbed on the outside, it's Banks. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. The inside handoff. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He's going to let it go. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. Unloads to the right. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Got his man down the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Leaves it with the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And that went nowhere fast. And 1st down is a good time to run a screen, try to catch them being a little bit aggressive and maybe thinking about a little bit of run and making people attack and run downhill. But the screen pass did not fool anybody. Nice discipline by the defense.
Looking to pass on second down. He's going to take off. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And as an offense, you've got an unconventional call. You're trying to get your receiver the ball using pre-snap motion, but you've got to do a better job up front blocking. Couldn't get it done, and now it sets up 4th down.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. It's Rasmussen. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. He wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Assault continues. Got his man quickly. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball.
And he'll zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the offense onto the field again. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, try to maximize this time, and get in a position to win.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush.
He's going to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Man, the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's looking to throw it. He's going for a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This one's complete. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. Third and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get the first through the air. Safe completion on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
It's first and 10. They've moved it to the 41. He's going to pass. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
After they couldn't connect, it's second and 10. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. And finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
First play of the first possession of OT. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the deep.
Makes the catch and runs his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Complete downfield. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Tigers. They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie. They need this extra point to send it to double overtime.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. Going up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Key. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
They'll try the run. Smashes through. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-line and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. They really don't want to settle for a field goal on the opening possession of overtime. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Memphis! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. Wide out in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
They want to throw it. He finds his man. He got it! The 2-pointer for the win, and they take the game in double overtime. I know how to sum up this game succinctly. That was fun, and what a victory to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth, games that are so nip and tuck. And you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.
Yeah, every play matters, David, and that's why coaching staffs practice overtime scenarios and situations throughout the week. It's important to drill these types of scenarios. You never know what games are going to go to OT, and when they do, you love to be able to go out and execute with the game on the line.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.